Hello! I'm delighted to meet you again in this video series designed to help you become more knowledgeable. Let's see if you feel wiser after watching this video, shall we? The amount of gold present in the Earth's core is enough to cover the entire land surface of the planet with a layer of about half a meter. That's the conclusion of Professor Bernard Wood, a geologist from Macquarie University in Sydney, Australia. The professor believes that approximately 30 million years after the Earth was formed, it was covered by a molten rock ocean hundreds of kilometers deep, acting as a gigantic crucible. This supermolten ocean played the role of a colossal foundry, separating many essential elements, including gold, in its pure form. After being separated, the gold sank down into the outer liquid layer of the planet at a depth of about 2,890 kilometers beneath the surface. It doesn't sound too terrifying until we Google and discover that the deepest hole humans have ever drilled, the Kola Super Deep Borehole, only reaches a depth of about 12,262 kilometers. Goodbye, liquid gold.
What the hell?
Liquid gold? Liquid gold?
The Sun, our nearest star, formed approximately 4.6 billion years ago and is expected to cease its existence in about 7 to 8 billion years, extending its projected lifespan to around 11.6 to 12.6 billion years. However, this isn't the average lifespan of every star in the universe. The most crucial factor influencing a star's lifespan is its mass. The heavier a star, the shorter its existence, and vice versa. Stars with masses approximately equal to that of the Sun tend to have lifespans similar to the Sun. The heaviest stars in the universe, with masses exceeding 25 times that of the Sun, often only last a few million years. While this may sound horrifying, on a universal scale, a few million years are like the blink of an eye. On the flip side, the smallest stars, belonging to the red dwarf category with masses less than 0.35 times that of the Sun, can endure for billions of years. Yes, billions. Considering the universe's age of 13.8 billion years, all these red dwarfs are still in a relatively early stage of existence. At the time when they were just learning to walk, human beings likely had already witnessed the extinction of many of these red dwarfs. To understand why, let's turn our attention to a fictional antagonist in a sci-fi cinematic universe, Thanos. Thanos dedicated his entire youth to seeking a balance that every star in the universe strives to maintain. While looking at the Sun, it may seem uneventful. Deep inside, a fierce battle is taking place. Gravity, acting like a hydraulic press, constantly compresses the Sun, yet it doesn't cause it to collapse inward. Conversely, excess energy from nuclear fusion reactions in the Sun's core is expelled outward, counteracting the gravitational pressure, creating equilibrium and preventing collapse. For a star to exist in a stable state, it must always maintain this balance. Without it, gravitational collapse would be inevitable, spelling doom for the star. Heavier stars are more compressed by gravity and need to generate more energy to resist that pressure. Supermassive stars burn through their fuel too quickly and often meet an early demise. Smaller stars, on the other hand, have less fuel but burn it slowly, leading to significantly longer lifespans. In summary, too much or too little is never good. Not in clothing and certainly not in the cosmic sense. A sword, seemingly designed to be held by its hilt, yet the Germans innovated a technique called Mordhul, where the sword wielder grips it tightly with both hands on the blade, then uses force to strike the opponent with the hilt or guard. Try this at home if you want. Die haha. As you know, sloths are extremely lazy to bathe, and they live in a humid environment. Plus, they possess a coat quite similar to the Amazon forest, causing moss and some similar plants to sometimes grow quite vigorously on their bodies, causing some sloths, not to exaggerate, to look like a 1,000-year-old creature or a miniature forest. In addition, sloths have quite bad eyesight, which makes them sometimes mistake their mossy green arm for a tree branch. So instead of clinging to a branch, they use this hand to cling to the other hand and fall. falling to the ground sometimes means death. I guess I don't need to remind you not to imitate sloths. On the Dark Friday of Black Friday, the Mega Discount Shopping Festival of 2014, a new product named the Push It Box was introduced in American supermarkets with a promotional price of $6.
What?
Inside the Push It Box was real cow dung, just as advertised. The manufacturer was very honest about the product's origin, stating that the paper box was produced in China, while the cow dung was produced in the United States. In the end, the cow dung box manufacturer sold over 30,000 units, earning more than $182,000. It is known that the cow dung boxes were created as a protest against the frenzy of Black Friday shoppers, who buy almost anything with a discounted label. These cow dung boxes serve as the most vivid example. Fortunately, the manufacturer had some conscience, as they at least dried the dung before releasing it to the market. Insects are the most diverse group of animals on the planet. While scientists have only described over 1,000 insect species, they estimate that there are between 6 to 10 million insect species existing on Earth, constituting over 90% of the planet's animal species. Insects, fundamentally, are not long-lived. Their lifespan rarely exceeds a few years. Individual cases, like the adult mayfly, can only live for a few days. Though it may sound sad, adult mayflies are not born to live long, but to reproduce. They have a mouth but cannot eat, and their digestive system is replaced by air during their short existence. Millions of adult mayflies simultaneously emerge from beneath the water's surface, seeking mating partners to engage in reproduction, lay eggs, and then die. While it may sound fast and furious, some adult mayflies still fall under the category of long-lived in the mayfly world. An exception is Dillania americana, a distant relative of theirs. The females of this species only have less than 5 minutes, and the males have about 30 minutes to perform all the activities listed above. On the flip side, the queen termite, with its plump and extra-large physique, has been recorded to live up to 50 years. Some scientists even believe that under ideal conditions, they could potentially live up to 100 years. A fence is a structure surrounding an area, often outdoors, typically constructed with columns or posts connected by wooden panels, wire, brick, or mesh. Fences can range from just a few dozen to several hundred meters in length. Larger fences surrounding significant structures can extend up to several kilometers. The world's longest fence, known as the Dingo Fence, was built in Australia starting in 1880 and completed in 1885. Its purpose was to protect sheep in the southern part of Queensland by preventing dingoes, wild dogs, from infiltrating the region. This structure is approximately 5,614 kilometers long, making it one of the longest artificial structures in the world. To give you an idea, this fence could stretch across the mainland border of Vietnam with 1,000 kilometers to spare.